Welcome stream to the chat. Today's stream, as you can read by the title, stream. I'll be telling Instacart stories, or I went shopping. So yeah, basically, if you don't know, Instacart is an app on your phone that lets you shop for other people. Like let's say you want to go get groceries, right? But you don't want to do the go part. You just want the groceries. So what you can do is you can order it online, put your menu in there, and then someone else can come in, me, will see the menu, shop for it, and then drive it to the place of interest, which is their house or apartment. So yeah, I'll be telling stories of that. I've done 4 batches today. Or not, no, I did 3 today. I did 1 a different day. Welcome Hot Dog Dude to the chat. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know where to start. Let's see. I was hoping a few more people would show up before I really got going on this, you know? Uh-oh, camera froze. Yeah, it does that. Don't worry about it. It does that all the time. That's actually just me being incredibly still. Deactivate, activate. There we go. Boom. Anyways, how's life been? Solid. Thank you for asking. I cut my hair today. Best cut you've ever seen in your life. No lie. No lie. No lie. Anyways. Yeah, first story. So I'm a little bit of a background on me. I'm not super experienced with shopping. I'm not the most experienced with shopping. I went sometimes with my mother when I was younger. That was about it, but I wasn't like really paying attention. I was just dreading being there. Because that's just how it be. That's how it be. So, yeah. So now I'm getting paid to shop. It's fantastic. It's actually not that bad. I actually enjoy it. I mean, as much as you can enjoy a job. Where to start? Guess we can start with my first order. Yeah, I ended up going to a grocery store that was about 25 minutes away from my homestead, because there's nothing picking up near me, so I had to drive a bit to get to my first job site, which is the grocery store. So I go in the grocery store, I'm like, that's what I need. It tells me what I need to get. I'm like, all right. It is what it is. So, I'm not a very good storyteller, I ain't gonna lie. But one thing that I really noticed about the app and the way it orders them, it gives you an order, like a priority to get this item first, then this item, then this item. But the order sucks. So logically speaking, actually in the app itself, there's like a help section. And if you plan to get into it yourself, definitely look through that. There's a question mark there, and you can just look through the help section. But basically, in the help section, it tells you to get the shelf items first, basically stuff that's room temperature, like chips, condiments that are on the shelves, anything that's not refrigerated, frozen, or hot, right? And then it tells you to get frozen things next. And then it tells you to get refrigerated, then the hot stuff. And hot stuff being like rotisserie chickens and stuff. I haven't had to get any of those, but I might one day. But anyways, yeah. But when you're in an actual order, and it gives you the list of actual items that you need to get, it does not do it in that order whatsoever. Like the order is actually horrible. Like it's so bad. First they'll tell me, all right, go get the toilet paper on the far side of the grocery store. Then you're going to come to the produce, which is right when you walk into the place, right? And produce is being things like green goods, like avocados, eggplants, celery, stuff like that. Vegetables, fruits, stuff like that. That's produce. So it tells you to get some produce stuff. Then it's like, all right, go get the cheese. And the cheese is right next to the toilet paper. And it's like, I just walked by that. Why didn't you tell me to get it? I mean, obviously, it can't track you in the grocery store, but it should know where things are in the grocery store. So if you do it yourself, I would highly, highly recommend that you look through all the items first in a section. So let's say you're on aisle 13, right? You're like, all right, is there anything else on aisle 13 that I need to get while I'm here? That's basically what you need to do. What I do is I follow yeah. Anyways, I'm going to read what you said. I remember when I was home alone one time and my father ordered an Instacart. Oh, really? And it came at the door and they thought no one was there, so they left it on the porch. And I didn't want to go outside, but also didn't want to get cold. I want it to get cold. So I got it, of course, but still. Yeah. Yeah, the customer can set whether to leave it on the porch or not. Whether or not your father ordered it and told them to leave it on the porch or not, I don't know. One of them I did today had it set to that where they said just leave it on the porch. And so I did, and as I was driving out, I saw them come out of the front door, pick it up, and bring it inside. So yeah. But anyways, back to my first order story. As I was going out, here's my recommendation for the order of stuff that you should get. The first, obviously, get the shelf stuff, but I would start either on one end, pretty much on the opposite end that the frozen stuff is on. So let's say the frozen stuff is on aisle 25. I'm just making up a number here. It's a bigger grocery store, right? The frozen stuff is there, and then as you go back, there's more shelf stuff. Like aisles 1 through 20 is shelf stuff, 21 to 25 is frozen. Excuse me. I would go from aisle 1 to all the way through. Get the shelf stuff first. And then put your heftiest stuff on bottom, like cans, boxes, things that you can put stuff on top of. Then you're going to go the frozen stuff. You're going to get your frozen stuff. And then you're going to get your meats and your delis and your cheeses. And like other salsas and like refrigerated stuff. And you basically want to get that stuff. I'll answer that question in a second, but I want to finish my in-store stuff. But yep, you want to get refrigerated stuff and all that, and you want to put all your cold stuff in one section so it can all keep each other cold. If you spread it all out, it'll warm up easier. So that's why it is. It's the same idea with like huddling, like penguins do to keep each other warm. It's the same thing with cold stuff. You want to keep all the cold stuff together so it can keep it cold. And the frozen stuff is like an ice pack for the others, so it's a bonus. And then after that, I get the produce. Now, why do I get the produce last? Because it's usually the softest thing. Yeah. I mean, obviously you want to put your softest stuff on top, so you might have to rearrange as you're going. Like breads, bagels, and then the rest of your produce, like tomatoes and eggplants and kale and stuff like that. You want to put that on top. And obviously if it's cold produce, you want to put it with the rest of the cold stuff. And then you check out. But was there ever an order that was so strange or stupid that it stuck out to you? Nothing strange or stupid. There was... I'm fixing something here. There we go. There's a weird thing going on there. There's no weird ones, but I could tell, like, what kind of order and what they were planning to eat was and stuff. Like one of them, there was burgers, or not burgers, but hot dog buns, hot dogs, chips, like 3 big bags of chips, plates, and other stuff like that. So I'm like, these people are gonna have a barbecue, guaranteed. Um, Another one had a lot of Mexican food, so I'm like, that's a bunch of Mexican meals there. Whether they're Mexican or not, I don't know. I mean, we eat a lot of Mexican foods, but yeah, nothing really weird though, or as strange. There were some foods I'm like, I didn't even know that existed. It's so specific. But yeah. Back to, so I got done with my order, and we actually have these special, I don't have them in the room with me, but there's these special bags that we have that keep it refrigerated. It's like a big lunch bag. Think about it. I really wish I had them here so I could show you, but it's a really big lunch bag. I don't have my arm down on, that's what I'm doing. But yeah. It keeps it insulated. It keeps the cold stuff insulated. That's what that's for. Maybe they're having a virtual barbecue since the giant bags of chips. Maybe they are having a Zoom meeting, and they're all have their grills and they're just grilling it up over like a Zoom call with their friends. That'd be funny. How often do stores out of the brand people want? I would say for every 7 items, they're not going to have one of them. It's just guaranteed. For every 7 to 10 items, one of them they're not going to have. But most of the time, like, it does ask you for a specific brand, like Heinz or something like that. But a lot of times you can click, I can't find this item, and they'll just pick up the same exact one. Like today, this is a different order. I got all of their items done very quickly. And like literally from the time it took me to drive from my house to there, I was done in about a half hour. But then I had to wait an extra 20 minutes for them to respond to me. Now, why did I have to respond to them? Because the relish, they didn't have the size. They wanted a 12-ounce thing of relish, right? Of Kroger brand relish. And they didn't have 12 ounce. They had 9 ounce and they had 24. So, and it took them like 20 to 30 minutes for them to respond. And I'm even thinking outside the box here. I'm like trying to go around different places in the store seeing if they have it. I went by the hot dog section, and there was actually like a grill there that had different condiments on it, like by the hot dog section. Because let's say you're buying hot dogs, you want condiments too, right? Oh, there's condiments right there. Even though there's a specific aisle for condiments and all that. But, I was even just running around random places trying to find it, waiting for their response. Eventually, I ended up just getting the 24, the bigger, which is twice as much as they wanted. But I also didn't want to get them less than they needed. And I think having more is better. So I just got that. And I was in the line checking out, and they ended up texting me back. They were like, yeah, that's good. Sorry for not responding. I was like, yeah. But anyways, will you ever do another Scribble.io? Probably not. One, because I'm just not feeling it. It's also another one because like the people, degenerates come in swearing up a storm in my Scribble.io server, and I can't do anything about it, so I don't plan on doing it again. But yeah, so that was a whole fiasco today. what should have been like a 40-minute job, 40 to 50-minute job, ended up taking an hour 10. Bruh. It wasn't even that many items. It was like 18 items. That was it. But yeah, they still don't have much toilet paper. Only one person wanted toilet paper out of everyone I did, so yeah. Only one. Anyways. I'm running out of funny things to say. So anyways, to continue on my story. I get in the checkout line, I do my checkout. I have to show them my phone so they can scan the barcode that's on there. So I can let the app know that I actually did get the items. Because obviously I'm not actually paying for it. I have a specific Instacart card that I swipe. And I can use that. Which doesn't come out of my pocket. It comes out of... That's a whole story. I don't think you guys need to know how that works. But pretty much they pay for it. The person who bought the stuff. That's where it ends up. That's where the money bill goes to. So, yeah, I pay for the items. I bring them to my car. I use my fancy bags. Incredible. And I go to their apartment. Let's just say. It's not an apartment building. It's like an apartment complex. I don't know how... I may be describing it wrong, but it's pretty much like each building, and then there's like 6 house things in it, whatnot. But they're like apartments. I don't know. But anyways, the numbering was way off. It went like 325, 319, 333, 3,476. The numbers were just off. And plus, my Google Maps wasn't bringing me to the right place either. So I just jogged around for a bit till I found the door. Then I moved my car there so I didn't have to move as much. But then I dropped my stuff off, and she's like, "Thank you." My car broke down, and I had to eat, so I had to eat, so I had to get my food. But yeah, I was like, understandable, which is nice. It was cool. That was it. Everyone I've had so far was nice. No one's given me any issues. But yeah, that was about it. Oh, I did another one today. I did 3 of them today. That story I just told was one. That was my first day, which was a few days ago. Something like that, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. I'm trying to think of the next story. So next, I think this one's... I kind of told the relish story. The relish where they didn't have the relish, and then they didn't, have it. A paranormal experience? I don't know what that is. I'm going to pretend like I know what that is, and I'm not Googling it right now. Excuse me. Sheesh. Sounds like an interesting time. It was. I could see how it'd be really... A lot of people complain about it. But then again, a lot of people complain about every job. I don't think it's that bad, really. The stores are not as crowded as you think they are. To be honest, they're kind of normal. There's not any more people than there normally is, so it's not a problem. You guys are going to have to tell me what paranormal is. I don't know. This website isn't describing it very well. But yeah. That was the relish story with that. No, that was really the only interesting one about that experience. The next one, I actually did 2 at the same time. Now this was complicated. Not hard. Not too stressful. I mean, obviously in the moment I get stressful, but like afterwards it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I did 2 of them at the same time. A total of 52 items. 3/4 of them belong to one person. But anyways. I thought like, oh, 2 people at the same time. They gotta be like smaller ones, right? No. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't actually that bad. But so I thought, okay, here's the process. I shop for one person, I get all their items. Then I get the next person's items, and I put it in there. Luckily, I did do it that way, so that I wouldn't get mixed up on whose is whose. Not really much happened in the shopping when I was shopping, even though that was the most amount of my time. Not much really happened. I had a little notebook here. I wrote down each person. I wrote each of their name, and then I wrote down all the stuff that they had. Because it told me that when I check out, I'm going to have to combine, or like do it separately kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, as soon as I get there, I'm going to have to separate them, get in the checkout line. So when I did get in the checkout line, and I pressed checkout on my phone to like say the next thing, it was like, all right, you're going to do this person first. I was like, what? I thought I was just going to like pay for all of it at once, and then I'll figure it out when I get to the car, whose is whose. But no, they wanted to figure it out now. So I was like, okay. So then I started doing it. And luckily it wasn't that bad. I'm so glad I did. So there's like, one of them was like 3/4 of the items was theirs, and the other quarter items was theirs. The other person's. We'll call them Jenny and Jenny and Sarah. Those are the 2 names. So Jenny had 3/4 of the items, and Sarah had 1/4 of the items. Luckily I did Sarah second. Because, oh my gosh, because all of her items were pretty much on the top. Like, there was nothing on the bottom that was Sarah's. So all I had to do was look at my notes, look through the 12 items that were hers. I put that on there first. Cashier rung them up and let her scan the thing. And then the next one, math class with me, yes. 1/4, 3/4. That's the most math you're going to get. But I never actually double checked at the end if I did get absolutely all of it right. I'm pretty sure I did. But someone might have like an extra salsa or something. But anyways, yeah. Paranormal is something ghostly or spooky, like you were home alone and you hear a voice no one hears, and extreme stuff on that. I mean, when I was younger, I would hear, like, sometimes I'd think, oh, did my parents call my name? But nothing like that. When I buy stuff like Doritos, I get 3 of the biggest bags. Yeah. But there was one paranormal kind of thing. So basically, this is when I was late elementary, early middle school, 13 to 12, somewhere in that range. Going over to one of my, I wasn't really friends with anyone there. But it's just one of those things where, like, your parents are going to hang out with their friends, and then you are obviously too young to stay at home, so you go with them. And there's a bunch of kids that are my age, it was a fun time and whatnot. But there's this one kid. He was into ghosts big time. He had a stick, all right? He would take a bunch of us into the woods. Even some of the older ones too. Because some of the older ones were into, like, making videos and stuff. So they brought, like, a camcorder out. At the time, I kind of believed it, but now looking back, I'm like, that's just dumb. But the kid pretty much was like, oh, ghosts, if you are here, show yourself. There was silence. The dude with the camera's looking around. Silent, nothing's happening. Again, he says, please, show yourself. We'd show no harm. And then we hear footsteps coming from the opposite direction from where everyone else was. There's a campfire behind us. Or, let's say I'm standing there. To the right of me, there's a campfire where all the adults were. But to the left of me, there's just the front yard. It was empty. There was nothing there. It was dark, too. So we heard footsteps. Everyone bolts to the campfire to my right. I stick around for a second. I listen around. I wait for a second. I'm like, I kind of wanted to see it. I look over, look back, and then I bolt with them. So I never actually saw any ghosts. But yeah. Give your best country accent. Yeehaw! That's Africa. All right. I am from Jamaica, though. That is where I live. That's just where I live. I am Jamaican, believe it or not. I'm just... I am Jamaican. It is what it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Back to the story where I was doing 2 orders at once. Nothing else really happened while I was doing that order. There was 2 things. One of them, I was by the ice cream. Okay, I was trying to find the specific ice cream that they wanted. And I'm scanning different ones because they all look the same. It's like the tiniest difference on the corner of the tin. That's like, ooh, sugar-free. It's like, they don't change anything else about the tin except for the tiny little thing. So it's like, I have to look for so many details. I don't actually read it. I don't actually read the name of the product and then read the labels of things. No, I look at the pictures. It's so much simpler. Just look for that one's got a little blue on it and stuff like that. That's what I look for. And this dude comes up, and it's like an Asian fellow, around 40, but he didn't speak very good English. He walks up to me like, no sugar. I'm like, I thought he was telling me like, oh, don't get that. That's got a lot of sugar. I was like, what? No. He keeps pointing at the ice cream like, no sugar. And he keeps saying no sugar. I'm like, I know, this is for someone else, man. He's like, oh. And he tries looking at him again. Then he comes back to me. He's like, no sugar. I'm like, then I get it. He wants ice cream with no sugar. But he can't tell which one has no sugar. So I look at something that says no added sugar. I'm like, is this it? He's like, yes. And then he goes away. Never saw him again. But yeah. Felt good to help him. But then there's another one, right? The cashier. I had her twice. I did one batch in the morning with the relish story. And then I had her again. Ironically, I got in the same lane with the same cashier. I say cashier, but it's the person that scans your items and then does the thing. I get her twice. And her English isn't the best either. Better than the other dudes, but still kind of hard to understand, especially since they're wearing a mask too. So it's like, she kept having to pull her mask down to explain what I was saying. And I'm new to this. I don't fully understand the card, how it works, what they need to scan, what they don't need to scan, stuff like that. So I can tell she's getting frustrated. She was getting real frustrated with me. real quick. No, you can't. She shouldn't have to deal with me. But anyways, nothing else really happened with that story. Then I did one more batch. I'm trying to remember right now if there was anything that really happened. Not really. Speak Jamaican. Why-a-ba, bayo wayo, bayo, bayo bayo, That's how they speak to each other. That's how they do their taxes. Home. Oh, I'm dumb. But anyways, yeah, last story. Nothing really happened until I got to their house. She comes out. It's an older lady. She's like, "Hi, how you doing?" I'm doing fantastic. Swell even, actually. A little bit warm. Okay, I didn't give her that many details, but I was doing good. I told her, doing good, She's like, am I supposed to tip you in person or in the app? I'm like, "Oh no, the app takes care of the tip." She's like, "Oh." She's got like money in her hand. She's like, "Just take it." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And I take it. Yeah. So I was very grateful for that, She takes the cold stuff in right away, and I leave the dry stuff on this counter or on the porch for her to get on her second trip in. And that's pretty much it for that story. Yeah. One of them was about the hot dog buns. This happened throughout multiple of them. There were two customers that wanted Beef Frank hot dog buns. Beef Frank being the brand, and they didn't have the brand. So I ended up just getting the house brand instead, the Kroger brand or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool gig till my summer job starts up again. Yeah. But I think I'll get less and less. I think it'll get easier the more I get used to the store on where stuff is and all that. Knowing if you already have shopping experience, like knowing where stuff is and all that, then you've got a head start. But yeah. They never really show you a time limit either. I thought about this before I went in. I'm like on my, or not before, yeah, like as I was doing my first job and whatnot, I was like, does it tell me how long I have to do all this? But it didn't tell me. But it turns out that, yeah. I just lost my train of thought. That's why that sentence just ended abruptly. I don't even know why I'm wearing these. I'm not listening to anything. But yeah. I'm tired. That's just how it be sometimes, you know what I mean? You knows what I mean? Anyways. I'm trying to think of other advice. Wear a mask. Even if you don't think it's necessary. To be honest, like, I know that a mask doesn't really do anything. It prevents it from you spitting it out, but not the other way around. But yeah. Like, I know it doesn't really matter much to wear one, but I still wear one anyways. Mainly so I don't get yelled at by other people, which slows down my time. So yeah. That's about it. I might end the stream soon. I'm getting tired. I'm getting the biggest sleep. Woo! Anyways. Yeah, I didn't really have much else to say. I remember I was supposed to have a 5-day weekend out of school because of Corona. It looks like it's extended, eh? Your 5-day turned into a 5-month at this point. Oof. Make a sleep stream. No. I'd rather not. Plus, like, I can't do that on Twitch anyways. That's illegal. That's a rule. Maybe one day on YouTube. But not today. Today is not the day. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed or something. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna get my emoji ready. No, I didn't want that link. Ain't a ding a dargan. Alright. Hugs and kisses. I'll see you guys next stream. Goodbye.
Follow me, baby. I'll make you see. When our eyes become one, we will grow free.